Okay, okay, hopefully this works at least. It's always something, always something. Let's see, how does this, alright. Why is that on here now? Weird. Oh yeah? Okay. Alright, yeah, I had to order a, like, connector thing from Amazon, so that'll be here at some point. Until then, we'll just use the phone. Okay, So yeah, that debate, huh? See, like, this is when I would usually, as you guys know, this is when I would usually, like, play a song, but I already did that. Oh, you didn't? Yeah. I mean, first impression? What is it about these, like, old white straight dudes who, like, can't seem to follow the rules? Like, I don't know, if you watch the first one, it was kind of the same general strategy, shall we say, which is like just disregard the rules and talk about and just say a bunch of crazy shit, like, well, for Pence, like, Kamala was like right on as usual. And okay, I noticed this because I noticed weird things. The only times when Pence was thrown off guard and you could see him, like, react physically and, like, his body language and everything was the first time Kamala mentioned Russia and, you know, the fact that Trump very likely owns oligarchs from Russia money, $400 million. And when she mentioned the fact that, what was it, Pew Research, I think? Or, no, sorry, I can't remember what it was. But that, the judges being appointed to lifetime, like, was, I guess, appointments on, you know, the federal bench were found to be incompetent and, like, substandard. 2 times he physically reacted. Strange. I know, and it just kind of tells you a lot about, like, the priorities of the current day GOP, shall we say. I don't know, I feel like what's really interesting is that in the last week or so, more and more, this is something that I've been saying for a while, more and more we're seeing that, like, the modern day conservative movement is a scam. It is an utter scam. Was it, there was an article that I saw a bit earlier, what was it? It was, wait, let me pull this up. It was from MIT. Oh gee, it just occurred to me to grab this, sorry, one sec. I feel like this is all kind of the same issue. Yeah, it was about the Regeneron treatment. Which, oh, here it is. Headline, right? Oh my god, shut up. Blah. No, shut up. Here it is. I want to get this right. Okay, Trump's antibody treatment was tested using cells originally derived from an abortion. The conservative movement is a scam. Subheading: the Trump administration has looked to curtail research with fetal cells. But when it was the life or death for the president, no one objected. Conservatism is a scam. Are any of you even gonna vote? Like, I don't know, I'm just curious. Like, does anyone, like, I don't know, give a shit about, you know, the culture, the country? See, why do you think that? Like, how can you look at the platforms of both the Democratic and the Republican Party and think that they're the same? I mean, I really wonder, you know? I mean, like, do you think that policy overall doesn't matter? Like, laws don't matter? Like, laws can't be changed? Like, I don't know. Because I've noticed, like, okay, a lot of people seem to have, like, noticed that there's progressive policy when, like, Bernie Sanders first, like, ran for president in 2016, right? Like, it seems like people didn't know that progressive policy is something that exists. And you see this with, like, younger people who like, you know, were very much like, oh, you know, voting doesn't matter. And I try to, like, explain it kind of, I don't know, this is sort of a frame of reference for me, and I, like, kind of go back to it, you know, in different ways. Okay, so, like, I've lived in both Oregon and Washington, right? 2 different states with different state laws and different state programs, right? So here's the difference that policy and laws and, you know, legislation can, like, change, here's the difference that it can make. Okay, so, like, in Oregon, when I went to high school, students had to actually bring their own supplies to the classroom. It was required. It was a rule. When I moved to Washington, the state of Washington funded a college degree. Full stop for me. Free tuition. Tuition-free college. You know, these are laws that we can, these are things that we can have right now. So, like, I don't know how someone, like, can feel that it doesn't matter or that, like, voting is irrelevant. There's no change. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, like, what... Okay, like, what's a policy that you would want to see enacted? Like, what's something that you want to become law that hasn't, or that you were promised that you didn't get? Like, it's hard to really, like, parse that. Because, like, okay, you think about something like Obamacare. Okay, like... gee, I can't... What was the age of, like, cutoff for being on your parents' insurance before? Well, I can't remember, but, like, I think it was, like, 18. Now it's 26, and that was a big change. And I was someone who, you know, it changed, like, right when I was 26. Or not right when I was 20. When I was, like, 23, I think. Or 22? I can't remember. But it was, like... it was a really big deal. Yep. Pretty much, Roland. You got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's kind of what I said, like, that was sort of my point a few minutes ago. Like, it was sort of the same strategy as what Trump did, except in, like, Pence's, like, soft, like, talk radio voice. Like, but yeah, again, like, what is it with these people who, like, these, like, old conservative straight white dudes who they keep interrupting. They can't follow the rules that they agreed to. What is it about these people that makes them feel, like they just can't stop interrupting other people? Right? Right? I don't know. Did you see the way he reacted? Like when Kamala mentioned the whole, judges, the federal judge, like, ship thing? He was like, that was the only time, or, well, that, and her mentioning Trump being in debt to Russia. Like, those were the two issues, which also, by the way, did you guys know, I don't know if you guys know this, but, like, it's the same with Pence. He owes Russians a lot of money. So, or his brother is in business with a lot of Russian oligarchs, which is essentially kind of the same thing. Bought and paid for. Essentially. And that's the thing, like, see, I get, like, being disillusioned by, like, that kind of thing, and, like, the sort of, the corruption, the nepotism. But at the same time, I feel like that should energize people. Like, if you feel that things should change, why not look into, like, getting involved in changing them? I don't know. Right? Yeah. Property taxes. It's like, okay, well, like, should we all pay sales tax? But, yeah. And that's it, like, okay. That's another thing. Like, okay, everyone, like, I just remember all these, like, conservative people saying during 2016 that, like, Trump was a genius for, like, getting around like, paying taxes. But, like, like, Jeff Bezos paid literally no taxes this year. Like, billionaires pay literally no taxes. So, even if, like, even if you're pro-Trump, then, like, how would that make him a genius? I mean, it's gotten worse under the Trump tax cuts, but, like, it was pretty much set up that way anyway. I don't know, it all kind of just falls apart. And that's another, okay, like, the thing about him, he went to the Oval Office today. Yep. Totally. I mean, again, like, this kind of corruption, it's right there, and there should be legislation to prevent it, to address it, to enforce, like, fairness. This time in our history that a lot of conservative people harken back to, a lot of deductions. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, God, and what was it, like, and Pence was like, oh, what about the $2,000 most people got back? Oh, $2,000? Is that like the $1,200 that Mnuchin said was supposed to, like, help people for 6 weeks? 6 weeks? Like, oh, man. Like, okay. But yeah, like, okay, so, like, that doesn't, like, oh, how out of touch with how things actually work can these people be? And they're in charge of things because people think it doesn't matter enough to vote, or that voting doesn't change anything. I mean, Mnuchin, how many families did he foreclose on during the, Great Recession? People don't mention that. Like, why, like, how do these people keep getting jobs in our government and appointments? Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like, I mean, this is why I feel like it's so essential that people get involved and vote, and, like, it's so fucking wrong. Like, that's messed up. Mm-hmm. That too. Right. That's the thing, like, now we're seeing this, like, K-style recovery where some people are doing really good. If you had assets before, if you were lucky enough to have a 401k, oh yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he's in charge of that shit. Like, oh, what even is his role? I can't remember. It's just, oh my god. Larry Kudlow, who's been, like, fucking wrong about everything his whole life. Again, how do these people keep getting jobs? Because they're straight, conservative, rich, white guys. I mean, that's the thing. This is a scam that has been perpetrated for decades on our entire society, and I feel like it's coming to a head now, especially with COVID. Right. Yeah. Go to an Ivy League. All that shit. But, like, I don't know, I just feel like this is our entire society is reaching this point of critical mass. Things have to change, and we will not be able to survive. We need to reorient and reorganize ourselves and our society in such a way that it will be viable for human life. Oh, yeah, no, thank you. I wish I could. Like, I actually had to switch from my laptop to my phone on this, and I don't think they actually even, like, I don't think YouTube even lets me have two inputs on this on my phone. I mean, they barely do. I really have to find better software because I do want to have panels. I miss that. Like, shit. You know, I talk to myself all the fucking time. Like, it's fucking lame. Yeah, sorry about that. But, oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, it is. I paid a ridiculous amount of money for it, so better be. But, yeah, no, I just ordered a Ethernet converter thing, so hopefully I'll be able to do these on my laptop usually, and then I can have a panel. But I really wish, like, I don't know how YouTube doesn't get this. I'm really thinking about just, like, switching over to Twitch with, like, doing live streams, because this does not let any input. I can't have a panel. Like, I mean, people have to use third-party stuff like StreamYard, and I don't know, that's such a wonky, like, software. I hate that. Like, I mean, it's really confusing. There's a lag between the camera switching and everything. When I know, it's a mess. But anyway, I am working on that. Like, let's see, I came on here really late last night and I figured out, like, the Logitech, and that gives me 2 scenes at least. But I might just switch to, like, OBS just overall, because this is ridiculous. So, I don't know. Which, again, I'm not too fond of OBS either. It's really, like, technologically heavy, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but, that's cool. Yeah, I was looking at the, the 4X. This is, what is it? The latest iPhone or whatever. 11 Pro Max, I think. Yeah, that's it. Or Max Pro? I don't know. I can't remember this shit. But, yeah. And so, like, yeah, I better have good fucking... They're paid a ridiculous amount of money. I don't know. But, that's awesome, though. So, I mean, right? I mean, okay, it's, like, good quality, but can't have anyone on. Wonderful. I don't know. Well, thank you for at least contributing that much. And hopefully, eventually I'll figure out some kind of system for this. Now, it would be cool, you know what, like, this will never happen. It would be cool if there was an actual way to, like, Well, I mean, does FaceTime do that even? I don't even know. Like, is there a way to broadcast on mobile with an input from communication app? I don't, this should not be that hard. It worked with Hangouts. People could come on with Hangouts. I don't know. YouTube keeps messing up. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I mean, yeah, I might be getting off too if no one else wants to talk about this kind of stuff. But yeah, no, enjoy, and oh man. That's another, I've been looking for like a transcription type, you know, what is it, voice to text kind of thing, because like, yeah, that shit's a bitch. I hate that. Like having to type it all out and like go back and listen to everything. Anyway, enjoy. Have a good evening. Thanks for being here. Enough of my technological bitching. Let's go back to my political bitching. Actually, where the two like meet? I got locked out of my Twitter account, so you know, I have to come on here and talk my shit. Wonderful. I don't know, like, does this happen to anyone else? Like, does anyone else have to deal with this shit? I mean, I don't know. I, like, emailed Twitter support. I don't know what's gonna happen. Shit, I might just start a new account. Fuck it, whatever. Psh. I mean, they say it's, like, temporary, but, like, who the hell knows? They just can't let me be great. I swear. Let's see if this thing works still. Sorry, I have the Stream Deck thing set up to like my channel directly, so I'm trying to see if it still like shows the feed of stuff. Well, anyway, that was fun. Good talk.